Hey, what's going on, guys? So, a lot of you guys requested for me to make a tier list for the new units that are in the game now. I didn't really want to because there's 3 units and it's gonna be an update next week, anyways. But I did anyways, and I already made the video. I'm just making the intro right now after the video. Kaido, uh, Gogeta, and Obito are the three. Oh, and I also added Gray into the. Or no, it's Gray. Oh, I also added Gray into the tier list because he replaces Todoroki, but also kind of replaces Rukia. However, Rukia is a 5-star. I had to add her, so didn't replace her. But those are the 4 new units I added into the tier list, and I made a small change. But yeah, that's about it. All right, so this is what it looked like. This was my tier list before the update, or before the new units, I should say. First, I actually want to change a few things. Or no, I just want to change like one thing, I think. Hold on, let me just check real quick. Yeah, so just one thing. I'm just gonna put Maka in A tier because people ask me all the time if Maka is better than Toga, and this tier list is just for Infinite mode. So I'm gonna put Maka in S tier instead of S plus. She is the best alternative to Bleed, but Toga is just better for Infinite. Not for story though. For story, Maka is still better. All right. So now for the new units. We got Kaido, Gogeta, and Gray and Obito. So honestly, I'd put Gray. Okay, so my previous list, Todoroki was C tier, and Gray is better, but like not much better. I mean, he's honestly. So where was Todoroki? Todoroki was around here somewhere. Honestly, Gray, I'd put maybe B tier above Rukia. Uh, or maybe, yeah, B tier above Rukia. Honestly, it's honestly just shocking how 4-star is better than a 5-star at the same thing. Like, a 4-star is better than a 5-star when they both do the exact same thing, except the 4-star is better than the 5-star doing that. But, yeah, still not like top tier or anything. Because the reason why is because Dio and Jotaro, their time stop is much better than Freeze's, and freezing does not stack with time stop. So technically, you're wasting like your the freezing is actually gonna mess up your time stops. So that for that reason alone, uh, I'm putting them all the way back down at B tier. But before time stops, these would be like S plus tier. This unit, if there was no time stop. But time stop is just a million times better, and you're messing up your time stops by putting a freeze unit down. But other than that, that's all I'm gonna talk about. Gray. Now for Kaido, he's honestly he's not that great for Infinite, but he's not bad for Infinite. I mean, look at I just put him F tier. Look at like B tier units or even A tier units, or not A tier, but look at B tier units, and he's better than all of them. Even though his damage is kind of low, his SP is alright. His range is really good, but he's cone AoE, so it's not all that impressive Infinite mode. But he's still a solid A tier unit. I mean, I'm gonna put him right below Tony Stark. I think he's a decent A tier unit. There are better options for Infinite, but it's a decent unit, honestly. For story mode, he's a lot better though. He's just like all these units right here in A tier. They're much better in story mode than Infinite. All right. Obito, new unit. Also not that impressive. Pretty much exactly where the A tier units are, except he's not good in story mode. So, um, yeah, I'd put him above Tony Stark, right below Luffy. I think that's a decent place to put him. I mean, he's close to like Luffy and Sasuke, but not. They're all about tied, honestly. Yeah, Sasuke is obviously better than Luffy, but Obito is kind of around Luffy's range of power. So probably not better than Sasuke, but not that far off. And then Gogeta. I wanted to save this one for last. So for Gogeta, I wanted to save him for last because I think people will be surprised that I'm looking at this only stats, not fusion requirements. And it's because there's a way to bypass that. I might release a video on how to do that. But for his stats alone, this unit beats Mihawk in almost every single way. And I'm saying almost because he's he still doesn't do something that Mihawk does better, which is kill cloners or explosives, like single units or single target units that have a lot of health. Mihawk does that better, but he doesn't do that much better at it than Gogeta, and Gogeta is AoE. I mean, sure, Mihawk is also AoE, but really on snow map, you're really hitting for a single target. If you think about it, only like a couple lanes you're actually hitting for AoE. But Gogeta, he's hitting everybody for AoE, and he's just a lot better at that than Mihawk. So he's definitely an S plus tier unit. And again, I'm probably gonna make a video on how to bypass his requirement fusion requirement. Probably right after this one, honestly. But yeah, I think that's about the entire tier list for right now. People requested this. I don't know why. There's only been 3 units that's been added. Nothing much has changed other than, well, this isn't really a change. I just put Maka below Toga just because people are asking who's better. But honestly, yeah, there's not much. Kaido, Obito, they're decent units. They're nothing broken or anything. Pretty balanced. I mean, before the buff, I'd put Obito like above Pattern in B tier. Some can argue below, but it doesn't matter. It's still not viable. I mean, now he's decent, I guess, if you don't have any of the S or S plus tier units. But yeah, that's about it.